ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, your host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero like Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Kholodny Ferma between the we got here Schoepsi, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the 252nd Volksgrenadier Division versus in the west we got Fortune. Here back after a small hiatus from the game, top 100 player. Fighting here for the British, the Commonwealth, the 51st Infantry Division, and we're looking at Osttruppen from Schoepsi with infantry machine guns versus Fortune's Commander Regiment, advanced emplacement, good lord, and special weapons with sapper infantry and grenade bulletins. Osttruppen there being rushed out here for Schoepsi, noting no infantry company right away. I mean, he's not going to need it initially anyways, and this will just allow him to just more quickly hit the field, which tends to sort of one of the advantages of the Osttruppen doctrine, in particular as the Brits can sort of quickly get out some kind of force, so that way contest the Brits a bit more aggressively early on. Double section for Fortune has also gone straight here for Special Weapons Regiment. Neither player is playing any tardiness, any, hesitation when it comes to choosing a doctrine. They're not going to be in the top setting like to have, I don't know, 20 minutes before choosing something. They're both on the doctrinal ball. So there's clearly some kind of plan there. There'll probably be some tank hunters, maybe a half track from him, and there's also some option there for other supporting elements. There we got sectioning northwards there for Fortune. Vic is moving up here. He needs to be a bit careful. I mean, this is a very aggressive Brit start to an extent for Fortune, but at the same time a bit scattered, which does bear risks. And we also see here the compartment here is rather open there to Schoepsi. Perhaps though he's not expecting his opponent to go in that aggressively. We see the Schoepsi's quickly enforcing the north here with more Osttruppen, while the Pioneers are basically moving southwards there. So in that regard, I think Schoepsi's aiming for an aggressive start. Allows to just, use the Pioneers safe from the south, while the Osttruppen just tie down Fortune's troops. And certainly if you can do that, I mean, Schoepsi is going to be well off because at that point he's keeping 280 manpower units occupied with 200 manpower. Right here, the Vickers get into the church. That's going to be a losing gauge for the MG42 because the Vickers does more damage than the MG42. So unless you get something else that quickly, that could be a rather one-sided engagement there for Schoepsi's MG42. Second suppressed, Osttruppen playing up behind. He's getting into the shed. Northwards there we got more movement. What will Schoepsi go for next? More Osttruppen. Back take for the infantry company. There we go, more Osttruppen. Osttruppen, yeah, they're assisting though versus the MG42, or the Vickers, but the MG42 actually fall back there as we got the section flanking in there quite aggressively with Fortune. Osttruppen now getting flanked by another section themselves, and we got a Universal carrier out here to support Fortune's forces. And there you go, Osttruppen pushed away. They're suffering heavy loss to the section, and the Vickers, many men dropping down. And there you go, quick push for the cutoff point there. Fortune again, very aggressive pushing off. Then generally sort of it's common move, sort of if you want to push aggressively, get a machine gun fast into the church, your opponent doesn't anything there, and you sort of use to cover up and advance on the opponent's cutoff point. It's a bit risky, but if you can make it pay off, they can use to sort of hold down your opponent quite nicely. But so far there, Schoepsi trying to counterattack with the Osttruppen there, but again up close. I mean, he's lucky here, the section's already a bit bled out, but of course there's the issue of the Vickers machine gun, which very quickly turned things away from Schoepsi's favour. Up north, the Universal carrier, they're sort of drawing a bit about there. He's got no Panzerfaust available, so he can't really do much except just, shoot at it, which is not exactly going to work out frightfully well there for Schoepsi's men. MG42 advancing there, we go, catching the Vickers in a pretty bad spot there. Fortune needs to retreat, pretty soon. Jeremy, I can't help but notice the German seems to be getting into that house over there. Maybe we should, scarp her. Second thing up there, the trench, we got an officer out there. That's a very interesting move there by Schoepsi. Again, not a lot of the other players lay up those. And what is this? We got S-mines being laid up here. Now, that's a very interesting position to do that because, I mean, that's going to be a retreat path for that unit inside the trench. Oh dear, Schoepsi is setting up for a wipe. That's some pretty sneaky play. I like it. I like it. I mean, S-mines from the retreat path are very good at wiping units, by the way. Very good. And there you go. As I noted, very good. Huge loss for Fortune here in the early game. He just lost 280 manpower section to S-mines on the retreat path. Very clever there by Schoepsi. Very clever. That was definitely worthy of a thumbs up. Regaining here the cutoff point though. Officer moving ahead there. Hauptmann Gottlieb. Pioneers getting rushed to the section inside Universal carrier, which means they actually aren't doing anything, just sitting there, just enjoying the sights. And there you go, Vickers joining in. Fortune there, solely having his fortune reversed by Schoepsi. Again, that S-mine there on the retreat path. Absolutely devious stuff. Schoepsi now really on the offensive against Fortune, pushing ahead as aggressive as he can. Catching Vickers out in the open there with the officer. Firing his pistol out there. Damn you, Tommies! Stand still or I can't hit you with my pistol. Scheiße. Nice big push here. We got bolts at section power here for Fortune very long. Also the sappers there with minesweepers. He's saying you're not going to allow this S-mines to claim any more British lives. Schoepsi there has tacked up, but yet to go for anything there. We got Nebraska there creeping ahead. Otherwise, though, not much happening there. Fortune going for more sections to quickly fill the gap caused by the S-mines. Got the obstacle team sort of lead the effort from inside the nice, comfortable house there. Yeah, it's very important I stay inside this house. And it's not just because of this cellar with a surprisingly large amount of wine. It is because this is very important to the defense of the Reich. I am 100% sure of this. There'll be a Führer order soon enough that I have to drink all of this wine too. Yeah, in fact, I will anticipate this and begin drinking. Cheers. Anyways, bit of shooting there. Osttruppen being slightly pushed back. You can see now Stout to continue to fall back. Overall, his position there rather exposed. We got the shed there now turned into an improvised machine gun nest. Machine gun holding up there. Another machine gun nest. We got a 2-2 on the way there for Schoepsi to counter the universal carrier. Osttruppen to the final there, but now there's just increasing pressure for Fortune, who's although still being constrained. I mean, he's still tying up Fortune around here, preventing from moving onwards. Oh, we got early mill bombs. And this is getting very interesting. I mean, a lot of British players don't necessarily utilise them, but the grenades are pretty good if you know where to just pop them. And there goes sappers bleeding out the Osttruppen in the south. University actually taking a lot of damage. We've got the M42 being active. We've got again the machine gun shed. They're holding up the pioneers. Offset by the veterans who won. 2 kills for the Vaterland. And as all of this is happening, though, Schoepsi is also keeping up pressure on the northern fuel pump. We got a 251 half on the way there to support his men, possibly scavenged from retreating Panzer Division or something like old Panzer Brigade by the 252nd Volksgrenadiers. And we got tank hunter section here to counter the arrival of the 222, the Leichter Panzerspielwagen. Most of them, though, I don't think would have been around by like late 1944-45. I mean, overall, they were supposed to have been replaced by, well, 250 half-tracks, this shorter version, the reconnaissance version, that was sort of converted into armoured cars. As it was, the 222 was not very good off-road, which... Oh! Scheiße, Schoepsi! Ah, Schoepsi! Nein! Oh, Gott im Himmel! He was dropping in fuel and Fortune! Oh, steals it all! That's why you always ensure your fuel point is guarded. If you drop fuel, he's just secured 30 fuel. I actually think that's the first time I've seen that happen, that someone actually has most of the fuel in a fuel drop stolen right under their nose by the enemy. That's vengeance for killing that section with an S-mine. That's just him stealing most of his opponent's fuel. That is... Oh, God. He just basically paid 200 manpower to give his opponent 40 fuel. I mean, that's just going to reverse any initial setbacks with Fortune. Any setbacks. Westmans are going off. They need to be careful. Got the 2-2 rolling ahead there. Straight into the anti-tank grenade range. Bit of a mistake there by Schoepsi. But oh dear. And he can now rush out an armoured car here to try and counter all that Schoepsi's got on the field. I imagine though Schoepsi's a bit traumatized by that. I understand. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that happen. I mean, occasionally might grab light, but he just almost took all of the fuel, and Schoepsi was just like, ja, mein fuel is safe. There's no way the Tommies could infiltrate and steal it. I guarantee... Oh, scheiße, they're doing it. They're gonna call me Fat Herman. Telemines in the middle of the road. Section there reinforcing. Got a sapper section moving northwards there for Fortune. It's a bit rough here for him. I'm still liking he's using the officer. There's not so much using the ability to suffice, just using like a Grenadier squad without the Panzerfaust. And there we go. Fortune on the way with an armoured car. The AC Mark III. And Schoepsi just sort of still stunned. But still he's got most of the map there, so it's not like it's a complete disaster, but you know, it's still really bad what just happened there, like really bad. And we can see they get fortress decision to immediately invest into the AC as fast as possible. I mean, it will say not to ensure it doesn't fall too far behind otherwise in the attack race. I mean, just, oh, I just can't get over that. Got a 250.5 to the north support troops there, but limited in support. Officers in the church, could use them to support further ahead there. And there we go, we've got the AC Mark III, and I imagine the half-track is going to be the first target of choice here. Schoepsi has got a lot of munitions. He's only like laid down a few mines. I think he should be laying down more, particularly more the northern territories, you know. A few telemines that could be helpful. And there we go, we got the AC Mark III heading up. Ooh, hiccups. Also in charge 40 supported by the half-track. There's not reinforced them, interestingly enough, but it's going to grab that grenade off. Misses the mark for fortune, but the armored car in the hand will hit the mark and it will destroy the half-track. Quite a loss there for Schoepsi. I don't think he managed to do that much with it. A few somersaults there from the half-track crew as they ejected out. And as moving up, the 222, that's definitely not going to work out there either for Schoepsi. He's only got one. In fact, and he's just suffered a series of embarrassing losses. Lost it to as well, so all of a sudden Schoepsi's in a much worse off state. He's laying down fresh S-mines there, but I think he should burn out considering telemines. Also, this one only works so far as we're this close to the base when your opponent has minesweeper, so it kind of helped me feel he might be a bit too enamored with the initial move there and sort of not consider again. Sometimes you can only use a tactic once in an engagement, have to shift out quickly. Still, he could, you know, and should take up fast again. He's got the support available to the building, should build and then rush out some kind of vehicle. You could also consider some Panzer Grenadier, but otherwise just mine up as much as you can. But he needs to get those pioneers back. He needs to take up fast. We do have mines from his opponent, but none from ships. And there you go. Most of the unit dead. Taught. Keeps forgetting there's a Vickers there. I'm guessing Schoepsi again is just a bit traumatized over just the fuel raid from Fortune. He's just sort of slightly just going through it his head, trying to imagine how the hell is he going to have to explain this away to the Führer. How the hell? Well, you know, say what commandos, yeah, you know, 2 meter tall, with twin Sten-Sub machine guns, and acid spit, yeah, they spit acids, and like they just burst through. So there's nothing we could do, mein Führer. We were powerless, and they had tanks too, like really big ones, with 88mm guns. I saved 10 of the fuel, mein Führer. I do believe that deserves a medal, yeah. Imagine that's sort of the thought process going on with him at the moment. So Paul McCarp there for Schoepsi there. Again, this is Schoepsi. I don't know why it's calling that. That's just, I don't know. Seems a bit vulgar, to be honest. Meanwhile, though, fortunately up here, support on mortar and placement support his frontline troops. Awesome charging force there. Noting again, he's got no infantry company, so he can't actually Panzerfaust it. Panzer Grenadier, they're arriving here for Schoepsi. Some hardened men from a nearby Panzer Division to then support here the 252nd to help keep things up. No, dear, they're just getting murdered there as well. Machine gun supporting it, there you go. Mortify now raining down. Also doing what he can. Probably veteran too. If he gets a veteran fee though, that really improves the ability. But so far again, he's not really making use of the ability of the officer, which is a waste there at times when he probably use the smoke barrage, you know, cover up the enemy elements. But there you go. So Paul McCarp for Schoepsi. He can go for a Panzer Force and begin pressuring Fortune back very, very hard. As for Fortune, he can soon take up himself, courtesy of Schoepsi. Osttruppen under fire there from the armoured car. Got sappers moving up as well. There was just quick retreat there from Schoepsi and the 252nd. Panzer Grenadier there advancing with their Sturmgewehrs. And there you go. Panzerkampfwagen for this and in from the nearby 21st Panzer Division. 2nd Company. Munitions carrier from Fortune. Interesting position he's doing there, but he clearly wants, you know, more munitions for grenades, but also potentially abilities and the likes there. So that's very interesting. Nice move though, nice move. Schoepsi's got a lot of munitions, and I do feel like he's neglecting doing more with it. Again, mines, S-mines, cellar mines, you know, anything can make it hard for his opponent to move across the map there, I think would be quite beneficial for Schoepsi there. Of course, could also just be setting up for some real artillery support, and that way, you know, hope to give Fortune quite the concussion. But there you go, Panzerkampfwagen 4, gefechtsbereit there for Schoepsi. Section sticking southwards there. Panzergrenadier pioneers on watch, and there you go, pinned him up, seeing away for the Panzerkampfwagen 4, and Fortune's soon about there to have his own company command point. Oh, opening up for tanks for him, but there you go, Panzer 4, rolling ahead for the fatherland. Got a section up here, tank hunters versus the Panzer 4. Panzergrenadier Pioniere supporting the Panzer Force advance. Osttruppen moving northwards there, engaging the machine gun. There you go, section pushed out of the house, or the church more specifically. Trench going down the south, but the victory point at work. Panzergrenadier Pioneers moving ahead. They might be going straight for the mortar in place, going to try and clear it out. Very bold push there. He might want to hit the cutoff point at the same time. Officer support as well. Note, by the way, the officer's ability also supports the armor bar. It makes them fire faster. But there you go, first thing to do with the armored car. Sadly, his Pioneers do not have access to a flamethrower. Could actually try and toss a bomb grenade into that. I mean, he's got the munitions for it, so I mean, why not? He needs to begin dealing with it at this point, though. There you go, Fortune needs to brace it. There you go. Section pops up, runs around the Panzer 4. That's pretty ambitious. Not really much happening there with the officer, though. Again, he's not utilising the ability. Remember, again, concentrated fire is pretty good. And again, remember, it also boosts the tanks. I mean, again, he can just get that Panzer 4 to shoot fast. There we go, there we go. I just, you know, need to get a bit there. Almost got the armor car veteran 1 there. Brace almost about to wear off. This is concentrated fire. There you go, shooting right, there we go. Still got it going. I don't know how much it benefits. Ah, he moved out of his range. They realise he needs to get back in there. Oh, nice move. Actually now uses the smoke ability to actually cover up the retreat of the Panzer 4 in case he actually, you know, tried to rush through with an armored car, had an anti-tank gun waiting. That's actually pretty clever there. So all of a sudden their ships realises his officer actually has some pretty good abilities and uses them. I mean, obviously in this case there was no such thing, but you know, that's the thing about tactics. You do them, you know, because, you know, what if in several cases. And sometimes again, you know, had, you know, they've been like that. That smoke could have been, you know, a lifesaver for the Panzer 4. Trench section there as well, but they can't do anything against the Panzer 4. Also, they need to retreat soon. Would be a shame here for Schoepsi to lose it as he closes in their fleet. Ah, he might. Yeah, he's going to lose it now, I think. Bit too slow there. Oh, no. Ah, shot in the back with an anti-tank rifle. So close there for Schoepsi. So close. Quite a loss there. Quite a loss. Replacement officer, that's good though, that's good. Not a lot of players actually even replace them if they go for them, but nice to see that from Schoepsi, and nice to see. But he's going to need that Panzer 4 in order again. It's a good thing he's got double pioneers for these. He's also going for flamethrowers. He's beginning to expend his munitions better. More trenches from Fortune. He's sort of being very, very trench happy. Possibly found a field manual. There, Kubik is running up in the MD-42 there, quickly suppressed.
We're losing a capture point.
Panzer 4 almost good to go. Panzerkampfwagen 4, Officer Panzergrenadier moving ahead. You could actually consider slightly mining his, you know, cutoff point there, maybe around the area here with some S mines. Quickly entrenched there. You could smoke the trench and rush up with Panzergrenadiers and then pop a grenade into it. You could also use concentrated fire to make it easier. There you go. Goes up close there. Got a single kill. Need to get everything down there quickly. Suss out Fortune's force. But oh, nice moves there by Fortune again. He's, you know, finding in the centre. He's sort of trying to keep up pressure elsewhere versus Schoepsi. That is very nice to see. Bring out an anti-tank gun and a chrome there to threaten Schoepsi, who might be playing here for another Panther 4. Almost got section trench there collapsing slightly, and there you go. Got the armor car looking for further support here. Schoepsi's Panzer 4, they're sending pressure. There you go, popping up the section. Armor car driving, takes it from the Panzer 4. Betty 2 there in the armored car. Panzer 4, they're also close to Betty 2. They're trying to buy distance between it and the tank under section to ensure it doesn't get hit with an anti-tank grenade. Very good move there by Schoepsi. And getting ever closer to Betty 2 in the Schutzen. And also getting closer to the second Panzer 4. We got pushed into the centre again. No mines there. Not much pressure up further northwards.
We're losing a capture point.
Mines down there to cover up any retreat for Fortune. Very good. And straight into the Vickers there. Need to get his forces moving. Need to get everything moving again. Also get his Panzer IV doing something, I think, a bit more proactive than just, you know, sitting about there. And note his fortunes, I believe, moving down the anti-tank, and because he's expecting Strip to try and pursue his armoured car and do more here in the south, so that's why he's moving in the anti-tank and their support, or because he's planning to push further forward now with the Cromwell, in which case he wants the anti-tank array support. I mean, that's sort of the two major possibilities I imagine for Fortune. And there you go, second Panzerkampfwagen here for Schoepsi, bringing up more Panzers to challenge the Tommies. Needs to get back that fuel, and then I think he should get up a Stug or two to support his Panzer IVs after that. Grabbing the point here, grabbing the point here.
The capture point is being overrun.
Heading for them, mine hit. Panzer IV taking hit on the Cromwell, very close to XC2 now. Penetrating from the Cromwell, Panzer IV shoots and bounces. Panzer's there, just need to retreat now. Don't lose them like you lost the officer, Schoepsi. Germany would be most disappointed, and get the Panzer IV down there to support if possible. Another option to consider by is Panzer IV to try and wreck the trenches to ensure that Fortune can't use them again. I mean, that would be some clever moves there by Schoepsi. He's also now got access to his railway artillery support. Second Panzer IV moving support here. We got tank under section nearby. There you go. Anti-tank grenade off. And there you go. Armoured car using its ability there to still slow down the mobility of the Panzer IV. It's going to try and get off the remaining stun shot, but that doesn't quite work out. Was close though. It was close. But the Panzer IV now has the shields up and is now a much more formidable foe. Which is probably also what separates the Panzer IV, you know, from a lot of the other sort of medium tanks. You know, again, initially not quite as impressive. Once it gets veteran again, there's this jump at Vetchi 2 that makes the Panzer IV a lot more imposing than most of the other medium tanks. Of course, Vetchi 3 makes it pretty solid. Then the centre, we've got Kron firing against the Osttruppen there. Officer moving southwards there. Needs to get a bit more fire under his feet there, Herr Schoepsi. That railway artillery strike that just seems wasted munitions, to be honest. It just seems wasted. Also add a machine gun to the second Panzer IV if possible.
Damned enemies trying to take a point
Back here healing reinforcement, grabbing the southern victory point for the fatherland. Whatever leadership you had over Fortune is quickly evaporating. And up north the MD-42 isolated, now being set upon by the Cromwell. So Fortune, any sort of further signs of plans are not happening. He could try and set up for the... Whoa, something went just flying there, but you know, he could set up for a Crocodile. He could also plan for Comets, or Churchill could just go for more Cromwells. I mean, both, well, all are viable options really. Just, you know, depends on things. But there you go, we got a Panzer push into the centre by Schoepsi. We got another mortar plate here from Fortune around the centre. Got the more armoured up Panzer IV by spearheading the effort, that is also good. It has better chance of actually bouncing shots. Catches there the mortar plate being set up, takes a hit there from the armoured car, and he's splitting up his tanks. He's going after the armoured car, but the problem is he's exposing the rear to the anti-tank gun. Also, he's basically putting a target where he can't get away because, remember, it has a target tread ability. And there you go, he's also did another mistake, which got us close support with the armoured car, which increases its penetration. So while he got the armoured car here, Schoepsi just traded away a veteran T2 Panzer IV for it. There's a win for Fortune. That I can understand he was really annoyed with the armoured car, but that was just... That was not a good trade there by Schoepsi. He could have disrupted the mortar place, he could have taken out the anti-tank, he could have taken out the Cromwell, he could have done a lot of other things, you know, but that. So that was a really big loss for Schoepsi again. He just lost a veteran T2 Panzer IV. Not good. Not good. I mean, I imagine Fortune is pretty happy with that trade-off. I mean, even if that was a veteran armoured car, I mean, that was still a veteran Panzer IV he took out. And again, he'd already gotten a lot of value out of his armoured cars, so it's not like, you know, he's completely, you know, off there. We can see ships there going for the Stug 3G. Meanwhile, Cromwell's on the way for Fortune, so he's just bringing up more armour to that way pressure those dastardly Huns. Cromwell seems to be shooting at something. Where's it the Panzer IV? Something is shooting at... Oh, he's shooting at the church, I think. He's trying to destroy it so Schoepsi can't utilise it against him. Schoepsi is certainly looking in an increasingly rough position. I mean, also needs to get some more better infantry than just the Osttruppen and the officers sort of last year against all these bolted sections. There you go, smoking down the anti-tank. Needs to get the Panzer IV fixed up. Pushing to the north, they're not bad. But as I think his MD-42 is not too exposed to me, it's right close to the mortar emplacement within its range. But it get better than defeat, I suppose it's something. Continue trying to pressure up. I mean, could use the smoke screen to try and sort of jump ahead, but he doesn't really know what's on the other side. In this case, there's a lot of Cromwells. Need to treat the pioneers, trying to grab the point here. Got the Stout there, gefechtsbereit for Schoepsi. A Volksgunde division could have a company of Stouts in this tank destroyer battalion, or would have had a company of Hetzers. They were supposed to have Hetzers, but they couldn't get the Hetzers. They were normally substituted with Stouts because the Stout was generally substituted where there was need. Like you like tanks, you got Stouts. Like tank destroyer, you got Stouts. Like, you know, other stuff, you probably also got Stouts. I mean, some people say, you know, oh, it wasn't tank destroyer battalions, thusly it must be a tank destroyer. Well, they've also used in heavy tank destroyer battalions, actually. But you don't see, you know, anyone trying to argue that the Stout thusly was on the same level as the Yak Panther. But, you know, they were used there because, you know, the Stout was just plenty available and it could, you know, fulfill a lot of roles. Got a Cromwell going in there for the Osttruppen, pushing them away. Those looking rough. He's going now for the infantry company, probably for Panzerfaust, which you could have had sooner. So what will Schoepsi do next here versus Fortune? Fortune's certainly looking a lot stronger. I mean, he's got a lot of tough sections. He's also going for hammer tactics. Okay, that going up for comets there, but also just opens up for emergency war speed now, and of course his big fat cannon bombs for sections. 6-pounder gun number 2 following up there. Third gun make it harder there for Schoepsi to utilize his armor freely. Mixed infantry group heading southwards there for Schoepsi and the 252nd Volksgunde. There goes dropping fuel. He seems to be setting up for something there. And this time though, he's got troops guarding it. He's not taking any chances this time around. Alright. Orders from the Oberst. We are to defend this point with our lives. No matter the cost. The failures of last time must not be repeated. Down his Panzer again. He's just... he is still scarred by the previous event. He's taking serious chance, of course. At the same time, that means he's just giving up the entire map there to Fortune because he's just absolutely terrified that Fortune's going to try and run off with his fuel again. Meanwhile, Fortune is just digging in hard. He's just setting up trenches left and right. You think he was from World War One rather than World War Two with the rate of entrenchment that's going on there. As for Schoepsi, I have no idea what he's planning here. I have no idea what he's planning. He should get rid of the trench. He's actually built a trench of his own to defend the point more easily. I mean, remember, you got trenches, the Osttruppen doctrine as well. They're not exactly bad either. He's calling in more fuel. What is he planning? He's not going for tanks if he could. Is he planning for Tier 4? Yeah, he actually is. Going for Tier 4, so he's trying to push for Tier 4. All of a sudden, it's actually dropping in a lot of fuel. But again, he's mostly being just completely static in the order. He's also finding down mines. He needs to get the Panzer IV and the Stout down there. So I'm guessing Schoepsi is somehow trying to just force a Panther, you know, despite everything now. A very aggressive shift in strategy there from Schoepsi. Very aggressive shift. But it's going to cost him time. And again, he's just sitting about doing nothing. And that's actually not good. But again, I'm assuming because, again, it's just, you know, that previous event has just scarred Schoepsi. Possibly even for life. I mean, of course, you can see Fortune is realizing something's big coming up. I mean, he's seeing a lot of aircraft. He knows a lot of fuel is being dropped. I mean, Fortune is aware something is, you know, happening. He doesn't have to be, you know, Sherlock Holmes to have, you know, to do that one. Do not have to be Sherlock Holmes to deduce something is coming up. Also, pots there being dropped, crates with a lot of fuel. Looks like the cat wants to get up, but looks like he doesn't anyways. So there you go. He's getting a lot of fuel. He's building out the heavy panther. He can actually soon go for a panther. So I mean, you know, it basically has pretty much been, he's just been completely, utterly defensive, doing nothing versus Fortune, but it's actually caused him to lose the last remaining victory point, which now means Schoepsi's bleeding out really, really, really fast. North, we got Osttruppen versus Sappers. Close quarters engagement. The Sappers are going to quickly wipe out the Osttruppen there, I believe. Actually, they got a bit of cover there, so they might actually have a chance versus the Sappers. Osttruppen trying to rush, but there's a tank in the way. A big tank. But there you go. Schoepsi now just needs to get the manpower so he can get the Panther out. We also got Bren guns going up for Fortune there, digging inside the trench. No half-tracks for Fortune, or Fortune yet, no half-tracks, no Vickers Kate instead. Find the Panzer IV by the Cromwell into tank section as well. Panzer going to be a pioneer on the way. There you go. Trying to get the Cromwell over the Stout. It's not quite working out. They got more armor moving in there. Panzer full on health. He's now got the resources for the Panther, but he's also again bleeding out victory points very fast. We can see the Fortune has just now got trenches by every single victory point, and every single victory point is guarded by something in that trench. And there you go, the Panther on the way for Schoepsi. Panzerkampf Wagen 5. Can Schoepsi save the day with a Panther? Will it merely just be a fall in again? We can see that again, Fortune, knowing what is coming, he's just going with a Firefly to card counter any sort of big tank, you know, Schoepsi's going to throw at him. So he's pretty much making the right decision there, I think, you know, based on the information. Again, he's also taking no chances. Also very solid there. I mean, overall just, you know, he's in a good position. He's not going to try and make any silly assaults. He's just going to wait there, have some tea, and, you know, just destroy whatever comes his way. So overall, very solid there by Fortune. Very solid. Panther is almost ready there for Schoepsi, and of course the question is, what does Schoepsi intend to do with it? I mean, a head-on assault to the centre I think is going to be the worst choice. You're probably better off actually taking to the north, so trying to swing through there to then attack the centre from the north as well, forcing, you know, Fortune to attack from a rather awkward position perhaps. Also, it's rather more open terrain, which I think is going to be more beneficial for Schoepsi's assault there. It seems like Schoepsi's intent to hang head-on. If he's going to attack head-on, he should at least have the opposite of the raid to deploy smoke first, you know, trying to minimise the incoming fire from Fortune. But instead, he's just sending in Panther and his Osttruppen. Stout, Panther rolling in. Going to tank guns, ready, they're opening up the Stout. Panther firing back as well. But again, he's taking a lot of damage. 75 points left here for Schoepsi. Stout about to get knocked out with the anti-tank guns. He's just running the Panther off the Cromwell, getting isolating the Panther. Not caring about mines. Infantry getting suppressed there again. Smoke would have been great for him. Smoke would have been amazing. With a bit of reconnaissance, he could then just quickly clear out any threats. Got an anti-tank gun. Panther further rolling a bit back here. Taking hit from the anti-tank rifles. Firefly opening out the Panther Full. Panther Full re-exposed. Almost ready to there. Panther trying to hit the Firefly. It's not quite going out. The Panther Full's going to get knocked out there by the Firefly. Penetrating on the Panther. From there, taking things out. It's just completely botched assault there by Schoepsi. I mean, you got here. Hold the line by Fortune. Just further so you know, hold the line. Just boosts his infantry calls in air support. Against Schoepsi's armor. There you go. Shredded by an aircraft there. And Schoepsi here is more or less, I think, broken. GG there from Schoepsi. Well played, and well played indeed there by Fortune. The 2-strike pulled in here, but it's too late for Schoepsi. It is too late for the 252nd. It is a victory for King and Country. So there you go, GG, game over. A brutal slaughter here on Kholodny. Found with some good engagement from both sides, but again, Schoepsi there, just that one event, I think, really just sort of threw him off his game so much there. He just sort of made a lot of mistakes. He also, I think, committed too much to the centre. Should have tried to attack more from the north or the south, or should have used smoke while attacking the centre. Again, there are some elements there, but ultimately he wasn't able to quite catch up. Then they lost the half in the 2-2 very quickly there, for example. Also cost Schoepsi quite a few. So there were some mistakes there, as Fortune certainly also had some issues. Was caught off guard. There was some of Schoepsi's own clever play there, but ultimately just played more solidly, confident again. I think he just had that mental edge after stealing that fuel from Schoepsi. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If you want any replay on here, provide links to it on the ladder boards, some details as well on the match. If you just send a replay with absolutely nothing, I'm probably not going to bother with it. And of course, the links are in the the description. There's links to where you can sort of support me via Patreon or PayPal, which is also most appreciated, by the way. But this is Imperial signing off, and cheers, everybody. See you all tomorrow for another signing episode. Bye.